going on, guys? Dwayne here representing WGD. Well, god damn. Now today we're going to be reviewing the Vandy Vape Phobia 2 RDA by Alex VAPES MD as well. He did create the first RDA, the Phobia, the first one, bottom airflow. Funnily enough, I've not reviewed it, which I don't know why, but hey, it's fine, don't worry about it. We'll skip to the 2, man. We skip to 2. So, nevertheless, let's dive down. Let's see what you get in the box and whatnot. I've already got a build in there, but I'll show you how to build it and whatnot. Then we'll go back up top, vape it, and I'll tell you guys what I think on the RDA. And yes, let's go. Hey, goddamn. So, here is the box itself. You got Vandy Vape. You can see the RDA with a little skull outer cut. There you go, Phobia 2 RDA, Alex VAPES MD. Vandy Vape. Yeah, information all here and components in the back. So all the components tells you here straightforward, and it gives you a little picture on the RDA and the airflow and whatnot. Scratch and check. Do you know what I mean? As usual. Obviously stainless steel. Let's open and slide the box open. So this is what you get in the package. So you already get a drip tip, you get another like a 810, yeah, 810, and then you get this weird, I'm gonna call it a caramel donut type drip tip, very low profile. Okay, very low profile RDA, and then the coiler tool. It shows the arrow here. So when you put your coils in there, it's the right measurements to fit inside the post holes. Okay, so and then let's we're not gonna use the collar tool because I've already got a build in here, but I'll show you regardless how to use it, but it's pretty straightforward. You get some coils. Let's go close, man. So you get these coils. These are triple fuse Clapton coils, Ni 80.3, 6 wrap. There you go, 50 to 60 watts. That's a recommended power. Okay, and then user manual as normal. We're not going to get into that. And then we're not going to use them coils. I've already got coils, like I said. And then peripherals, which use like one flathead, one Phillips. You get a spare adapter, a squonk pin. We're not going to be squonking up today, and spare grub screws, like hex grub screws. Okay, so let's what we'll do is, yeah, we'll put that all over here, and then here let's go a bit closer, man. No, let's go a bit further, man. Hey, so what I'm gonna do is, there you go. So here's the Phobia. It's engraved here with a little skull. Okay, and on the other side there's nothing. You've got your airflow, 3 like cyclops but vertical. Okay, same for that side, and you got this weird drip tip that has like a gear on it. Let's hold it now. Let me take that out. Let's take this off first. So it's not beveled in, it's got a flat surface. Okay, so it doesn't condense the flavour as much. It's kind of slight bevel, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Let's try and get this out. Do you know what? I'm not going to waste my time trying to get this off. There's no point. Okay, so this is the area. You've got this shell here. You've got an O-ring just there. Okay, and what you're going to do is the 3 holes are open. When you adjust, it goes down to 2 holes and then 1. But when it goes to 1, it opens this side a little bit, which is pretty weird. I thought it'd like close it off. The only reason because there's a gap just here. So when you adjust it down to reduce the airflow, like to 1, it opens that side. Do you know what I mean? Which is pretty weird. I think on 2 holes you can just about cover it. What if you're just on that side is going to be the same for that side. And then at the bottom I do have Phobia and Alex VAPES MD. I forgot then CE code, .vaping and whatnot. And nice protruding 510 pin with the insulator as well. Okay, so this can go into a max, which is fine. What I'm going to do is screw it onto here, Take the first piece off. Now you can see with the airflow how the airflow works. Okay, let's get some close up in this goddamn man. Let's get some close up, man. Hey, so as you can see how the airflow works. Obviously you can see the deck just here. Okay, you can actually take this piece off as well. So we'll pull it off, and there you go. But before we get to that, you can see what it's like on the inside. So it's a cut off. It's just like there's an area just here. You can see there. So it's not really open. It's closed off a bit, like an oval type shape. And then you also, where have they gone? There you are. There's a notch here and a notch here to place the shell or the barrel in place. So when you adjust your airflow, the whole barrel's not going to move. You're only going to adjust the top part, which is nice to have that in place. Now we get to the deck itself. So here is the deck. So the difference I can see, it's more closed in. It's more like claustrophobic type. Yeah. Well, it might be the whole point. It's called phobia. I don't know. Yeah. That was a bad joke, wasn't it? But anyway, nevertheless, yeah. So it's got a nice, quite deep juice well. You've got your wicking ports here and here. You do have your hex screws, okay, just here, and same for that side. So it's kind of similar from the first one, okay, just the way the area underneath the coils is more closed in than the previous one. Same build as the previous with the same screws in the same place. I think they were just a bit wider. I think it was a tad wider, okay, and you lean them over. This sort of method is just like, okay, let the drop. Okay, we know you have to lean them over, sort of thing. Bend the coils over, okay. And then you do have a squonk pin just there with a little bridge over it. So when you squonk, it'll pour on each side and wick your cotton. And then the excess will go back in, okay. O-ring at the bottom. And obviously you can see the build right here. I'm using some, I think it's some fused Claptons, okay. And all you do is pre-cut them, you know, using the arrow there. When you pre-cut them, all you do is you just drop them in. Okay, what I'll do is let me get the Allen key, because I know it's pretty straightforward, but I'd rather at least show you a little bit more in hand. So let's take the screws out. Well, let's loosen them, not take them out. Loosen them a little bit. There you go. And then what we do is we get the coil out. Yeah, it's straightforward, easy to build. You can see, obviously, you can see the squonk hole now. You can see it more now. There you go. And then, if you can see, you got your plus, your peak insulator just there. You got plus and minus, well, positive, negative. Okay, so it's straightforward. So when you put your leads in, like I'm just repeating myself, when you've cut them to the right length, drop them in. Just screw. Nice. I'll just screw that in a little bit. I'll just do it evenly until it's snug. You want it finger tight as normal. And then when that's done, I've put it the wrong way, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, what I'll do is I'll get a rod, stick it through, lean it over. Okay, I'm gonna make sure, actually I've made it too high then, but just make sure they are quite close, because of, going back to this now, because you don't want to keep it wide. It will hit the roof of the inside of the barrel, and then you're gonna get a hard shot, man. It's not gonna go well. Okay, so let's just loosen these loosey boosey. Yeah, there you go. I'll hold it in place. Let's screw these down, finger tight. Make sure they are pretty close. Okay, no, not as long as they're not touching, it's not bad. Okay, as long as they're pretty close, and then you're all right. So now they're this close, and when you put it in, it only goes in one way. Okay, and you put it in. What I do is I'll push down gently until you feel a notch, and then it'll clip in place. Now, obviously, it's not touching. You can see it's not touching the side where the airflow is, and it's not touching each other. So it's a nice width, and just you got to make sure it's leveled as well from the airflow. You don't want it too high or too low, because with the airflow, it's kind of like it diagonally goes in like this. So it's going to hit right at your coils. Okay, you don't want it missing out, so you don't want it too high. It goes right underneath, and it's just going to hit the bottom instead of right at it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we going to dry burn these. Let's zoom out. Hey, that's better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a device. Where are you? Okay. Oops. Let's screw this on here. Oh, you don't want to screw on today, do you? Get the fuck out. You staying on. You staying goddamn on. Let's take that down. Yeah, 32. Let's get some focus form. Hey. So, let's quickly dry burn these. Now they're dry burn. Let's gonna use some swag cotton, man. I'm enjoying this, man. Let's put some on. And yes, so now these are been dry burned and wicked, which is pretty saucy. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is let's bump this up a little bit. I want to put some goddamn juice on, man. I'm gonna leave it 72. I'm gonna use, oh lord, good lord, I'm using this juice today, which is the Curiosity Bearded Lady. Someone who, I can't remember who recommended it. One of the reviewers recommended it when I was at the expo. I forgot to get it, but one of my mates that came down with me gave me a nice bottle. So in return, I gave him one of the bottles he really liked that he was running out. So I gave him one of them, and which is generous. So you know who you are. Thank you very much. I'm gonna use this goddamn juice because it's goddamn nice, man. Just drip, drip. And also when you're wicking, like I showed you, obviously cut it off where the O-ring is because it's quite a deep juice well. Okay, let's just put some on in here, paint some on just nicely. Okay, paint, 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 and then you can also, and then what you do is, because it only goes one way, okay, because you've got the two notches, push it down, I'll push down, I'll just turn it a little bit to one. It does turn as well, because the notch has got like a gap, okay, so it does turn a bit. Oh, and I've put it the wrong way. What an absolute melt. That's the right way. There you go. It's not meant to turn. Oh my god, what an absolute fail. God damn. But everyone makes a mistake, okay? Just leave me alone. Let's drip some on. Let's nice pre-fire. Preheat. And then put the top cap on. Airflow open. Fully open. And done. So now it's all wicked and juiced up. Let's go back up top. Let's vape this RDA and I'll tell you guys my thoughts. So yes, that was the Phobia 2 RDA by Vandy Vape and VAPES MD. Let's have a quick talk. 72 watts. Let's bump it up a bit more. Let's go to 80. 80 watts. Coming out 0.14 on the dot. Got some fused Claptons. Let's have a vape. Goddamn nice, man. And that was the airflow fully open. So, like, let's go. Okay. Ins and outs. Let's put some more juice on before, if anything. Okay, before I get a dry hit and then burn my throat up and then I'll be coughing everywhere. Okay. I don't want to do that. Let's put it full open. Now, let's go with the design first compared to the previous one. Because of the design now, it looks quite cool. You know, it's alright. Because the first one was bottom airflow, okay? And you can adjust it. I don't think there was no notch in it though. Yeah, as soon as you turn it, it'll just fiddle about. But, yeah. Bottom airflow on the first one. This one's side airflow now. Okay, side airflow. But the deck's the same. Okay? And whatnot. Let's go back to the design first. No, as I said design. I said I'm fucking up today. Anyway. So yeah. The design. Now, I think it's a nice little design. It's quite cool. It's not so bad. Okay. Clean finish. Okay, it's got a nice clean finish. Phobia written there. Nothing crazy like showing vandy vape or anything. Just clean. Phobia 2. Boom. Airflow. Nice and easy to adjust. Okay. This like line, this like engraved bevel like thing. I think it gives you a nice grip to pull it. Okay, which is pretty cool. Right. So I like that. With that little add-on with a touch onto the RDA itself. The drip tip is comfortable, but the look of it just looks weird, man. With the gear, I don't know about that gear, you know. I don't know what it speculates. Gears of War? I don't know. There's no war about this idea. I don't know where I got that from, but let's carry on with this. So yeah, the drip tip looks weird, man. Airflow cool, easy to adjust. Okay, goes down to 2 and then 1. But when you go down to 1, it opens the side. When you're looking, like it opens this gap. I was showing you this gap here. It opens that, so I don't know why it's doing that. Should close it all off, but yeah, if you're gonna go down to one hole, I don't think anyone's going down to one hole open. Okay, straightforward, easy to use, easy to function and whatnot. To coil, to wick, and set the make some coils. What's going on today? Fitting the coils into the deck is exactly the same as the first one. It's just a little bit more narrow. It's not as wide as the first one. Okay, and obviously you got to position it right and close, because obviously, like I showed you down below, with that piece like an oval shape on the inside, that barrier, it only goes one way. Okay, and don't do what I did down below and put it the wrong way. Okay, make sure you put it the right way so it's facing the airflow. And I've seeped it a little bit because I've overwicked it and I took the barrel off, but yeah, it's fine. So it's pretty straightforward, same as the last one. Okay, airflow's got a lot of airflow, you know, fully open. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it down to 2, just 2 ports, 2 holes open. Okay. Did you hear that? That whistle. What the heck? Some turbulent sound, okay? When you have it 2 holes open, that really turbulent sound. I've got it perfect, okay? Yeah. I hate that whistle sound, man. It's doing me in. That was the only con. That was the con about that bottom airflow on the first phobia. The whistle sound. No matter how much you adjust it, the tiniest bit, the 4th or 3rd or anything, still whistle sound. The turbulent was crazy, man. I think if they inside the airflow at the bottom, on the inside, if they just widened it a little bit more, I don't know, widen it and tighten it. I think it'd, you know what I mean, wouldn't be as much turbulent, but I hate that sound, man. Don't like that sound. Let's try in 1 hole, even though it opens the side that's open on this way. Okay. Fully open. So it is loud. It's got a slight whistle. Okay, if I just close it down a little bit so they're still open but not as much to halfway. That feels better. That feels a little better restriction. I think that's a nice amount for me. So all 3 holes again, they're open but they're just halved off, yeah? I think that's cool. Let's have a look. A few touch. I'll tell you something though. It's got some nice flavour for side airflow. It's got some really nice flavour. When I first tried this, the flavour just reminded me of the first one, but it won't be, obviously because the first one is bottom airflow, like I said about 15-20 times now, you are going to get a lot of flavour, okay? But people had problems with it leaking and seeping out of the airflow. What I normally do is keep the top cap on, the drip tip's a wide bore drip tip, so it's open enough just to drip through and it won't leak. I've had no problem with it, but this is not so bad. Very simple design. I like the juice wells nice and deep enough, you know what I mean, tuck your coils in. It's just a straightforward RDA, easy to build, easy to use. The white kind of ghosted drip tip included in there, that looks cool. That's a nice drip tip. The other one that looks like a damn donut, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get it now. Let me just get this. Okay. So let's. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and take the drip tip off. You mate, if you don't come off now, I'm throwing you straight to Wakanda. Yeah. You thought that was a fake place. Oh, it's real. Oh, I got it off now. Okay. When I look at that, it looks like if you see this drip tip when you see this RDA from a distance, it looks like, why are you vaping on an RDA with no drip tip? It's too low profile for me. I've tried it. It's comfortable, no homo, but no, just don't like it. And the worst thing is, if you want to change it, you can't get it off. You need some crazy fingernails, which I just managed to get right in there. Okay, what I'm gonna do is leave the gear one off, put the white drip tip. Hey, that's goddamn. I know it's not matchy, but I like a taller drip tip. I like this one, so at least you know what you're gonna be in for if you want to purchase this RDA. Now, price points. I'm looking on e-cig warehouse in the UK, £26.99. You're looking around 25 to £30, and on Vaping 360 is £32.99. So £26.99, as I can see it right now. You can get it in stainless steel. I've got it in and then gunmetal grey, and then you've got matte black, and then you've got iridescent, which is like a 7-colour multicoloured one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I almost forgot. 24mm diameter as well. Idea. So pretty standard size as usual. Okay. But yeah, I think that's an alright price. I think they butchered it down a little bit more. It's not so bad. But I'll give Alex quite a few props. Good props on that. It's quite a cool little idea. I liked it. I do like it. I like this more than the first one. Yeah, I do like this more than the first one. It's pretty cool. I like the design. I just like it. But there's cons. I don't know. Just don't bother with that drip tip. That's how he vapes. It's up to you. All power to you. But me, nah. That's just me. I don't bother. I'll keep it like this one. I don't have no problems with it. I think usually, obviously, when it's on 2 holes, that whistle sound on, get that sorted, man. Get that sorted. Okay. But other than that, it's not a bad idea. Okay. So now at least you know the price, what colours they are. Okay. And it's up to you if you want to pick it up or not. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this little crazy video, me blabbering on and forgetting what I was meant to say. Okay. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up and a subscribe, which would be much appreciated. Okay. I'll throw the links, not to the website, everything in the description. And I will see you guys in the next one. Well, God damn. Peace.